What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Trey, the Brute Daniels. Oh, it's another glorious day because we have another episode of the Indie Corner where I sit down with everybody from the independent community, writers, artists, directors, producers. Doesn't matter if you're in the game, I want to talk to you. And today we have a returning guest, a very special guest. She is the editor-in-chief of ASAP Imagination, and she has a brand new project that she wants to talk to us about. Give it up, everybody, for Laurie Cunningham.
Hello.
I knew that's exactly what she was going to say. Hello. Like nothing extravagant. Hello, everybody. That's awesome. Well, it's so good to have you back here, Laurie. It's been a while since you and I have actually sit back and chit-chat. So this is, it's great. It's great just to have you here. So I'm excited to just have you here.
I am excited to be here.
Yes. Absolutely. So we all know who you are. We all know your deal. You and everything that you and Hades have been building and all that other great stuff. But we're talking about new stuff today. New stuff. You got our brand new project that's coming up, and it's currently live on Kickstarter. So, Laurie, tell us about these potatoes of yours.
So working with ASAP, I had the chance to work with a whole bunch of, I've been writing with them for a while, or with us, I guess. And then I had a chance to work with all these great artists. And I think that once you're surrounded by artists, you kind of, I got that itch. So I'm like, maybe, could I do this? I dabbled in my own art, but never in sequential art. So a couple years ago, I made the goal for myself to basically try it, and I started a YouTube show where basically once a week I was live drawing. And the ultimate goal was to basically create some kind of comic. I was originally going to create like a webtoon because I thought that would be like nice and simple, like 3-4 panels, but then I realized that involved learning software as well. So that was like its own, like, not only it's like, oh, I gotta learn how to draw sequential art, but I also have to like learn how to like digitally upload everything and figure it out. So I happened to come across this YouTube channel, and I keep meaning to look up what the guy's name was, and I always forget. Even though I say this every single podcast I come on, someone needs to remind me of this. But basically, I watched this thing where he was talking about making zines or mini comics, and suddenly that became much more doable. It was this very like print from home option and like kind of low stakes. And I think being the editor-in-chief, we have so many people who come to us and there's like, I'd love to make a comic, but I don't know how to draw. Or I'd love to make a comic, and I can't afford an artist. So those are like two very big, like, comics aren't cheap if you are paying an artist.
If that ain't the
truth. Many people may know. So that was kind of another real thing behind this, to just try and make something more accessible, where it's just like, yes, I could draw and do some stuff, but it's just like, I just have a lot to learn. So I wanted to make something where it's just like, hey, basically kind of like, hey, if Laurie can do it, maybe I can too. So I started teaching myself how to draw a bit more, and yeah, like these things, like printing my own mini comic was very like, all you really need is a pen, a paper. Like, that's the bare minimum. Like, sure. I also had access to like a scanner and a printer, which helped me, but you could just go to some store and I'm sure scan in your drawings and print them off. And then I basically just ended up with, this is my fancy cover.
Oh, that's what we like. We like fancy.
Yeah, this is like the original. So I have like a whole bunch of options. Like, this is kind of like the potato cover. This is the basic one, and it's just 8 pages. So I don't make them like super expensive on those sites. Like, it's all hand done. So I kind of like, cost is my time. Yeah, and obviously like paper, and I did take like staples.
Perfect.
I had to buy some supplies. I have like a big long stapler, like I'm of my own print shop and stuff like that. But yeah, so it was basically just like to make something nice and like easy to do. And then I started like, I have stickers, and I started making other like little fun books and stuff to go along with it. I've been working on issue 2, but every year I go to this like local fan expo. And the goal was to, every year I like to have something new, so people don't just come back and be like, hey, I got this last year, like, and I'm just like, that's all I have still. So my goal was to make an issue 2, but I realized that the timing wasn't going to work out, so I made this other thing to go with my demon potatoes. So this is on the Kickstarter too. Everything comes with the comic. This call it the companion guide, but it's the pocket pig. So it's like a potato identification guide.
Yeah.
And it's so you can tell your regular potatoes from your demon potatoes. And then this is like the classic zine where it's a single page, so it also folds out if you're like a chef.
That's awesome.
Helps you identify.
That's actually really
how
creative.
You would cook with them.
Leave it to you to find a way to make paper interesting. Good grief.
Yeah, I do what I can. So that was basically it. So I've made it's like low stakes print from home. So that's basically, and I've actually had this for a while. And originally I was just like, oh, I'll do the Kickstarter to kind of like promote number 2, but like life was lifing.
Ooh.
So I kind of just used this as an excuse to make it available globally, because I've been sharing on social media that I'd been doing this for a while, and people have been very supportive, and people are like, oh, I can't wait. Like, when can we have them? I'm like, fine, I'll do it. And so, but then I basically used this as an excuse to like make all this other stuff. So I have like now I have prints and stuff available. So I got like this is my Buffy print. And then, and it's literally like, it's for me, it's fun. It's just like I'm a big Buffy fan, so I like chose to do a Buffy potato. And originally same thing, at the expo, James Marsters and David Boreanaz were here, and I was like gonna try and have this available then, and I didn't. But I'm like, but then next
never when
time
you need it. Never when you need it do you have it.
Literally never when you need it. But I'm like, oh, the Buffy fans, and it's like, well, the next time they're here. Like, I've been to a couple of ones where James Marster, like, he's Spike for anyone. I don't know if anyone knows Buffy.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. But I think that was the first time David Boreanaz had been at one. But now I'm prepared for next time. But then I have like a Sharknado print, or a Sharknado Tato-nado? That's what
Tato-nado. Yeah, I was trying to pronounce that earlier and almost hurt myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, let the professional say it.
Yeah, it's the Sharknado, but with like potatoes. Potato sharks.
Shark, tornado, potatoes. I don't speak English very well.
You're doing wonderful. I'm just gonna let you promote this.
So I had one question. Where did the idea of the whole potato shtick come from? Where did that come from?
I have a reputation, now.
Indeed.
People send me potato stuff. So this was literally, so again, social media. I'm basically a very impressionable person. People suggest things to me, and it like plants a seed, and I'm like that's how I got into comics. That's why I work with ASAP. That's why I like have comic book titles and all that stuff, and that's why I do this. Basically online, and no one seems to know about them, so I should probably buy one time just so I can literally hold it up. But there's these little crochet potatoes called positive potatoes, and they hold little signs with positive sayings. It's usually something where it's like, I'm a tiny potato and you're doing wonderful, or like, I believe in you. And I was just like, it'd be so much funnier as I said ominous things, where it's like, I'm a tiny potato and I watch you while you sleep or something.
Oh, very cool.
And then one of my friends, I dedicated the first comic to him. He basically was like, that would be a great comic. He's like, you should turn that into a comic. And I'm just like, yes. And at the time I didn't have like this big vision for like my mini comic. Like, I had a vision for what I wanted the webtoon to be, but again, I was like kind of like out of learning digital art, was kind of out of my, I hadn't got there yet. So when I started doing this, I'm like, I could probably draw potatoes, right? and it turns out, yes, I can draw. But I went ahead and made the mistake of putting people in my comic as well. So I had to learn how to draw people, which is still not my forte, but I've figured out a style that works for me and works for the comic. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
I knew it had to come from something wacky, knowing you.
You knew it was a joke that went too far, and I'm just like, what if I turn this into a career?
Of course. Isn't that what we all did?
That's basically, oh man, the number of things I've turned into books that were just a joke that went too far. Normal people just make a joke and then they move on. Not me, though. Not me.
No. We don't have time for that type of foolishness.
Yeah.
We got to go all the way in, deep into the murky waters.
Normal.
Absolutely. So that's fantastic. So since as of right now, the Kickstarter is live, so let's go and take a look and see where we're at. So as of recording right now, we have hit our goal. We had our goal of $356, and now we're at $736. So hip hooray! And at the point of recording, we still have 8 days to go to get all these potatoes taken care of. Now, you tackled a little bit on the origin of, and thank goodness for sharing that, because I definitely wasn't aware of that, of where all these the potato gimmick came from. So what would be the, of course, no need for spoilers here, but what is pretty much like the synopsis of what you want to do with these like pretty much mini zines? What are you trying to convey with them?
Like what the story I'm trying to tell with them? Is
sure.
That what you mean? Yeah. is that what you're trying? Yeah, basically. So it's a comedy horror. It's kind of like I feel like all of my comedy stuff is a little zombie related. So this is kind of like the rise of like the demon potatoes, and like the first issue here kind of hints at where they came from. And it's got like, anyone who's a Lord of the Rings fan should instantly recognize what the parody is. It's basically a Balrog reference. So there's like a whole bunch of like it's very Lord of the Rings spoofed in the first issue. And then I'm not gonna go, like, my plan isn't to go crazy with this. Like, I think in my head, like, I have a few titles and it's just based on puns I've made up, and I'm just like, so I think they're gonna maybe make 4 of them. But like, if people want more and people keep planting seeds,
and Laurie, as always, you jump ahead of me. Always, you jump ahead of me. That was my next one. Was like, how far are you going to take these potatoes? How are you going to jump ahead of me, Laurie?
Let's be honest. I'm going to take it too far, further than I should. People are going to keep being bad influences and encouraging me to do this, and I am going to maintain my weird potato reputation.
Of course, you have to now. You've committed.
Yeah. Well, and like people keep, and I find like when I go on podcasts or when I had my show and I'd have guests on and stuff, and people we'd talk about stuff, and you always get on these shows with other creative people, and they just give you ideas and like literally like. So I have these, and I like, so these, I take these to cons and I just like paint little faces on them, and then I like put them in a bowl, and then people come up to me and they go, "Oh, are those real potatoes?" And they are, but because of this, like literally the person right next to me, he called them he's like, they're like the action figures, and now I tell everyone these are the action figures.
Those are action figures.
And I have them available on the Kickstarter. I'm not sure how well it'll do across borders, but Canadians can have them, and I'll get myself blacklisted.
That's it, yeah.
With the border agents program.
Like, was that Canadian shipping fruits and vegetables?
Yeah,
oh my
I'm gonna have
goodness
potato sniffing dogs. Gonna have agents show up at my door and arrest me.
Like, ma'am,
but they're not for consumption.
This potato business of yours will be stopped. We will risk nothing.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic. Sure I wouldn't expect anything less. I wouldn't expect anything less. So that's fantastic. Yeah. So the Kickstarter is live now, everybody. So it will be in the description section below, so definitely check it out and support Laurie and ASAP and all the great stuff that ASAP Imagination does, and all the other great things, all the creative juices that Laurie got flowing in her brain cavity. So definitely check all that out. Now, Laurie, one other question that kind of jumped ahead of me, but it's fine. It's fine. If this does do as well as we all hope that it does, will we be getting a potato franchise? Will we get all types of spoof potatoes?
Like, would that be coming? I have like infinite, like even just the sticker ideas alone. Like I have all these different, like, if you go into the add-ons, I basically make everything available. Like just people suggesting different stickers and stuff. Like it's unstoppable. And even like I went to I was at a Christmas market selling stuff, and like I made like little like Christmas demon potatoes. Like I was handing out coloring sheets to kids, or I'm sure their parents are like, what the hell is this? Like kids who didn't even like take the comics or anything. They just have like a weird potato with like a Santa hat and a candy cane.
That's it. That's all you need is a weird potato.
I will take it as far as it needs to go.
Perfect.
Then beyond that is always my goal, is to go just to recklessly dive into all my creativity.
That's it. Just sit out and spray. Just spray in every direction.
Basically. exactly.
That's fantastic.
There's no stopping me.
Absolutely.
You cut off one head and three more grow.
Exactly. We got to make it rain out here. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So that's tremendous. That's tremendous. So Laurie, where can everybody find you? Social media? How can everybody get their mittens on you?
I feel like I used to promote Twitter the most. I'm still there, but like I'd say I'm more on Threads and Instagram maybe now. So you could my handles are the same. I don't know if it's obvious to people, but they are the same. So it's LACU and then Insta. It's kind of the best place to find me. But I have a website like just LACunningham.com, and if you're really having trouble finding me, because I have different handles on all my social media to make it really complicated for people, but you can find me there, and obviously through the Kickstarter.
Perfect. Yeah, of course, via Kickstarter for sure.
Yeah.
So everybody,
that's where I'd prefer people find.
Yeah, I agree. I'll agree with that. I'll agree. So everybody, check out the great Kickstarter that's live right now. It will be in the description section below. Check that out, and definitely follow Laurie on all her great socials so you can keep up with her and tell her how great of a person she is and how all the cool stuff that she's doing is awesome. So Laurie, from the bottom of my cold dark heart, as always, I love having you on here, and I love you sharing all your great stuff. I can't wait to see how much potato chaos we get ourselves into over the next foreseeable future.
Sounds good. I will do my best to be as chaotic as possible.
Oh yeah, of course. If the building's not burning down, we're doing something wrong. So yeah. Absolutely.
Gotta roast those potatoes somehow.
Indeed. So everybody, once again, that is L.A. Cunningham. And who am I? I'm Dre, the Brute Bangers. Follow me on all my dope social media platforms. They'll be right there under my face. They're not there yet, but they will be. At the Brute00 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and if I feel like being silly, on TikTok. They're everywhere. And of course, do all those great YouTube things like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, check out my official site, bpcomics.io. You can get all of the great work that I'm doing with the Trouble franchise, the graphic novel, my voice work stuff. All these things are on that site, and definitely check it out and do all this great following and all that other great stuff. I'm running out of breath. You all have been fan-freaking-tastic, and I'll catch you all next time.